We are Annalise and Jordan and we live, travel and work out of this 2007 plate Mercedes Sprinter with our little dog Lily. Back in 2020 we bought this van as an empty shell and converted it into a camper van, which took us on some amazing adventures across Europe. After years of living in it full time, we noticed the space wasn't working for us, so at the start of last year we ripped it out and started from scratch.
The van itself is solid, and over the past few years we have changed so many parts on the van. It didn't seem sensible to buy another van that could potentially bring problems. We've now turned it into our dream camper van, which last year took us through Italy, Greece, and our most recent adventure through the Spanish coast, mountains and deserts. We've already posted a van tour on this when it was newly built, but it's a year on now, so let's show you what we would change and if the layout actually works for us.
So if you are looking at a similar layout, this might come in handy before you start building.
Enough of the backstory, let's get into the van tour. So this is a long wheelbase Mercedes Sprinter. It's a 2007 and it's a 311, but Americans would know this as a 170 wheelbase, the long wheelbase in the UK. So let's start with the wheels. We've got Rogue alloy wheels. These are absolutely amazing. Like, we've been everywhere with these, through the desert, through snow up in Scotland, -16, -17, and they've held up really well. The paintwork on them still look pretty much brand new. We've also got the Conforcer CF 1100 tyres. These have been great. They're actually a budget all-terrain tyre. They're only about £110 each, somewhere around that price. But that's got about 30-odd thousand miles on it, and the tread pattern still looks really good. Just up above, you've probably noticed this little black box. It's our Vanguardian alarm system. Now, we've got one here on this side door, one on this side door, on the back and the other side. And basically, you can set these whilst you're inside the van on a night. And if somebody taps or tries the handle, they'll just go off. And we can even get onto the cameras, which we've got outside. We've got blink camera system all the way around the van with Adventure Van Life's 3D molded mounts. If we hear someone outside or the alarms go off, we can get on our phone straight away just to see if anyone's knocking around outside the van. Now, they have worked kind of well for us. Two of the modules have actually died in the past, which has been a bit of a pain, but we probably wouldn't put them in the next build. We'd look at something else if there is any other systems, but they do the job. The only downside is the module.
So we have two windows either side of the van. Now, I absolutely love these windows. They're from Jackson's Leisure and they are the Adventurer CRV, and they do pop right open, which I'll show you when we get on the inside. Over here, we've got our side pods. Everyone actually mistakes these for a big window, but it's not. This is actually where our bed is, so it just extends the bed. So we had to cut out two massive squares, rectangles, whatever shape it is, and basically stick these on, and that's where like our feet and head go. This is our 240-volt electric hookup, which we use if we're on a campsite.
You guys are probably thinking the van looks quite high up. Well, we've got a 5-ton lifted suspension around the whole van. We've got a 5-ton front traverse leaf with 5-ton shocks, and then a twin rear leaf, which is 5-ton rated, and then 5-ton shocks on the back, which gives us a good wheel arch gap on both sides. Get the size of that gap. It's so good when you're going off-road. It gives you a little bit of peace of mind. So we didn't do the 5-ton leaf to upplate the van. We actually did it for ground clearance because we like going in the desert. Round the back, we've got the Rogue alloy wheel again with the Rogue alloy upside down.
That's so silly.
I've mounted it the wrong way around, but it's fine. Yeah, and that's again with a Conforcer CF 1100 tyres. Budget, all-terrain tyres, really good. We've got a wheel carrier. This was actually off Facebook Marketplace and it's about £150 cheaper than anywhere else. Really is a solid bit of kit. We've just Raptor coated it just to give it a bit more rugged look. Again, we've got the camera up top, the blink camera, and we've got the Vanguardian alarm system on the back. And then everything else has just been Raptored along the bottom here. Now over on this side, it's pretty similar to what's on the other side. However, this is where our water inlet is. So when we're filling up for our fresh water, we do it here. And it's on a key as well, just for a bit of safety. Underneath, we've got a 75-litre water tank, and that is actually fitted in the spur wheel carrier. So on the Sprinters and the Crafters up until around 2018, you can take where the spur wheel goes from underneath and pop in a Fiamma 70-litre water tank straight into it, and it literally just lifts up. It's absolutely amazing. If you ever want to drop it down, it's literally one bolt, unscrew it, the whole tank comes down, and you can jet wash it out and clean it. And we also have the wastewater tank, which runs down this side of the van underneath. And it's about a 40-litre wastewater tank. So we do have to keep in mind that obviously our whole tank of water can't go in that. So we do have to drop our grey quite regular. Over on the front is where the magic happens. We've got aux beam LED light bar up top, that is insane. If you're on the coast in the UK and turn that on, I can hit Norway. We've got spotlights down here and a bull bar. Again, this is all Raptor coated. They're super cool. We've got different modes for them. And then we've also Raptor coated the grills, just to give it that rugged look. Now, this isn't the original colour of the van. This colour took us so long to find. We wanted that like Desert Storm look, but without that yellow pigment. It's really hard to find when you're looking for colour codes. So yeah, this actual colour code is amazing. So happy with it. And it just makes the van stand out so much. And I actually spray painted this, funny enough, with a £25 spray gun. It came out insane. Now, I know a lot of you guys that are watching are going to be looking for a van for yourself to convert into your own camper van. Well, if you are looking at buying a van, car or motorbike this summer, then make sure to do a car vertical check to make sure that vehicle isn't crashed, stolen or clocked. And it can even check to make sure that it doesn't have outstanding finance. It's super simple. All you need to do is pop in the reg or VIN number on Car Vertical and it'll come up with the report. Let's check out this Audi A4, for example. It looks a nice car, but when you put it in on Car Vertical, it actually only shows a score of 58 out of 100, which is not that great. So if we take mileage, for example, and when we click on it, it shows that the mileage has actually been rolled back, which is something you want to try and avoid when buying a car, van or motorbike. But if you scroll down to damage, you can see that it actually was a Cat S structural damage. This is a report you don't want to see when buying a vehicle. If you're anything like us, we do multiple checks on multiple vehicles to find which is the best for our money. With our discount code Steps to Adventure, you can save 20% on a single check or up to 50% on a multiple checks. So don't forget to check out the link down in the description below and make sure you don't leave any vehicle unchecked. So now that's the outside done, let's get on the inside and show you what it's like.
So as you walk in, this is like the statement piece of the van, the big L-shaped sofa. And this was the main reason, to be honest, why we reconverted it, because this area has just been an absolute game changer for the van. So this isn't just an L-shaped sofa, it actually does pull out into a sofa bed, which I will demonstrate. So you can literally pull it out, pull these cushions and whap, look at that. You've got a nice day bed for chilling out. This also actually doubles up as storage. So if you pull this one out slightly and lift it up, you'll see it's full of like our winter gear. And same for this one as well, that actually lifts right up and there's loads of stuff in there.
Now this is something we would change. The only reason why we would change it is because it's quite a pain when you're having to lift this up all the time just to kind of get to your storage underneath. We're a bit lazy, so we just want to change that up a little bit. Now what we would do is we'd put some drawers in here. So instead of it lifting up and having access from the top, we'd just have a nice big drawer that pulls out and all of our gear would be in there, and the same with the opposite side. It just makes it easier to access everything.
Now you've probably noticed this little mount here. This is actually for our lagoon table leg. Now we don't actually use it as often as we thought we would. So the table actually acts as a bit of a barrier for our little jumpsuit, which I'll show you now. So on the last van build, a lot of people said, oh, you've kept the bulkhead in, you need a bit of an escape route. Well, we actually do have one, but it must be quite well hidden. It kind of looks like a little window, but this is where our table sits in here. But if we do, for any emergency reasons, if it is raining outside or if someone is outside the van, we can literally jump over and get into the front cab. So storage wise, up here we made use of the upper cab area and we put, again, all our coats and winter stuff up there. We've got 2 overhead units here and everything has got magnets on them so they don't come open, and they're actually really strong magnets as well. Now one thing in the last van build, there was nowhere to put like really nice little decorations and stuff. So in this one I wanted to make sure that at the end of each overhead that we kept this like open space so I can put candles, plants and just make it look a little bit more homely. And another great feature about the van is our projector screen. So this is actually just a roller blind from the range. I can't actually show you because we put this little Hawaiian decoration. As you can tell, I don't know if this was a bit of a gimmick because we seem to use it in winter, but now it's summer, it's like it hasn't been used in a good while. But this basically pulls right down and then we have our actual projector in this cupboard and it projects straight on. So then we pull the sofa out. It is the perfect movie night setup. A new addition to the van actually that we fitted maybe last month or the month before was this Sirocco fan. We do have one by the bed area, which is absolutely amazing, but because it was like 40 odd degrees in Spain, we were like, we need some more fans in here. So this is like a fan that you can turn whichever way you want. There's 3 power modes on it.
The good thing about these Sirocco fans is you can set a timer on them. So you can set 2, 4, 6 or 8, I think it's, or 3, 6, 9, 12. It's one of the two. You can basically set it for a few hours and just forget about it and it'll turn itself off. We've even got our carbon monoxide alarm here as well, which every van should have, and make sure you're testing it regular.
Over here we've got just a little IKEA spice rack that I think every single self-build camper van has one of these. We actually stained ours like the same stain as the worktops, and then we've got a bit of a charging station. We've got our plug sockets, which are kind of upside down because we actually put this the right way, and then some of you guys commented when we were doing it and we're like, guys, you won't fit a plug in them. We're like, oh yeah, so we turned them upside down. We've got some USBs and we've got our under LED lights switch here, and this is our Vanguardian as well. One other little thing as well is having just a little hook here to hang your keys on. Absolutely brilliant.
So we've got a pull-out drawer here with like a million gubbins. That's what we call it.
That's usually like Lily's bits.
Yeah, it's got like a bit of absolutely everything in here. Blue tack. I don't know why we've got blue tack in there, but you know.
For birthdays.
It's one of them. Everyone has to have a tack drawer, and we've got 3 of them. So we've got a lot of stuff in here, and then we keep our like hair dryer, Lily's harness, a few other things in this little pouch bit underneath. Another hack I didn't realise is this pop-up table. It's absolutely amazing for when you're cooking and chopping up like veg and stuff like that, but it also doubles up as a workspace. If you pull this out and pull this cushion out a little bit, you can pop your laptop on here and work away. Now let's show you the windows at the front. This is hands down my favourite feature. So we've got blackout blinds, which is great. We've got fly mesh, which is great as well. But if I open all these and open this, and what's really good about this is in the UK it rains a lot, like a lot. But if you've got some friends parked up next to you or friends parked that side, you literally can have a full-blown conversation with anyone without getting wet. And for when you're abroad, if it gets hot, pop these 2 windows open. You've got just loads of breeze coming in. They are also double glazed, and I think Annalise mentioned before, they are from Jackson's Leisure. So if you are looking for them, it's the Adventurous CRV windows, and I would highly recommend them. All the links to a lot of this stuff will be down in the description of the video, and there'll also be some discount codes down there to save yourself some money, so go check them out at the end of this. Now moving on to the kitchen and bathroom.
Oh, have you turned French?
A little bit, yeah. I don't know what that was. It's just a bit of a mixed language, that's what it's called. So in the kitchen, we are going to start this side. So we've got a double burner gas hob. We don't use anything else. We do have an air fryer that we use more towards like the winter time. It's an hour place oven, and we plug that either into this or into our power banks. We always keep a power bank with us to make sure that we've got a lot of power. Obviously the pop-up table that you've just seen, chopping veg, these are solid oak worktops, really nice, but on the underside they've been routed out to make them lighter weight. And that's one thing you have to work out when you're in the UK. We actually have to adhere to a 3.5 ton weight limit, and I don't think in America you do have to do that. So any American viewers, drop down below, or Canadians or anyone outside the UK, let us know if you have to have a vehicle at a certain weight. I know in the UK you do. Now this is hooked up to our camping gas 907 bottles, and I know a lot of you guys will be screaming at the telly right now, but it's just easier for us because we can get them pretty much everywhere. But when we're in Spain, they use something called a Betser bottle. Now it's identical to a camping gas bottle, but just a different brand. So what we normally do is we have one Betser bottle, one camping gas bottle, and then if we're out in Europe, we can get that changed quite easily. And if we're back in the UK, we can just get the camping gas changed easily. Downside to it is it's very expensive. I think it's about £50–60 for one gas bottle now in the UK, and that lasts us 4 weeks, would you say?
No, I'd say about 2 months. Depends how much we're cooking.
Depends how much we're cooking. I'd say like minimum 4 weeks,
Yeah.
maximum 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Maximum. But yeah, so it is quite pricey, but it is what it is.
But then on the other hand, it is only like €18 out in Spain.
Yeah, it's dirt cheap out in Spain. We actually got it from €14 at one place. So these are the stick-on tic-tac tiles. I think, are they classed as mushroom? What's the colour?
Oh,
or
God.
beige or something like
Some
that.
beigey colour.
Yeah, the link will be down in the description anyway. But these are actually stick-on tiles. They're really, really good to work with. And look at them. I mean, they've been on a year and they still look brand new.
They wipe really
They're
easy.
so good. You spray them with anything you want and wipe them, and they just don't decolour or anything. But they were actually pretty well priced, I think, for what they are. Plus, to keep the van super lightweight. Moving on to the sink. This is a Vida XL sink. I think it was handmade in the Netherlands. The sticker underneath said it was handmade in the Netherlands, so I'm going to believe that. It really is good. We had this in the last build and we brought it back into this build. I always thought this colour sink would scratch and like tarnish, but it stayed really well. We've also got a tap. It's retractable and it's got two different moulds. So it's got that mould and that mould. We've got a soap dispenser here. That's just good. I've just got that for hand wash. What's that?
Kitchen roll holder.
Oh, what?
Kitchen roll holder.
Kitchen roll holder. It's a kitchen roll holder.
God,
There's not much I can say about that.
Well, that
it just holds kitchen roll.
It actually, when we're not doing a van tour, it actually gets used as a toilet roll holder.
Yeah, toilet roll holder, whatever. It's a holder for things. That's all I know. So we've got two overhead cupboards. We've got a kettle in there.
I don't think they need to know what's inside it.
Well, we've got some peanut butter as well, which is really good. Bit of honey, bit of everything. The honey's burst.
You're joking.
The honey's burst, but we'll deal with that later on.
We'll sort that later.
The honey's literally burst everywhere. We've got our two 40-volt plugs here, which we use all the time for the toaster. We've got some more storage down here, and then our gas locker is at the very bottom with a big shelf with loads of stuff in it. It's absolutely rammed because Annalise likes filling drawers up. Cutlery drawer. We've got another big cupboard here, but this is super cool. So we've got the bin system from IKEA, which slides out.
One thing you definitely need in a van is a bin set up and not a bin bag hung up somewhere.
Mate, this is so good. So you're chopping veg here, whoop, straight in.
We also have dimmable LED lights underneath the cabinets and underneath all the plinths. This actually gives a really nice mood lighting, so you can like turn those up and down.
It's only just took her 20 minutes to say that.
I've got the giggles, I'm so sorry. And then over into the shower room, we've got a shower. I think this is just like a normal household shower, but we do have, is that not on? I thought it was going to be on, I think it was going in the face.
Oh, that would have been funny.
And we like to have a trigger shower. That actually just leaked on me. That wasn't a good idea.
It's actually got a stop-start thing on it, so you can stop the water while you soap up and then start it again.
And we've got different modes on there as well. One thing I probably would change is this mixer tap, because I think I'd have one where it's got the separate on and the separate like hot and cold thing, because this one I'm not going to turn it on. But
it's a bit of a pain in it. You've got to kind of play around with it to get it to the right temperature and the right pressure. It's just annoying. It's
not really ideal, but it looked nice, hence why we had it. But yeah, that is something that we'd definitely be changing.
So the walls in here, this is actually a 2.5mm hygiene panel. So we've got a hygiene panel on that side and a hygiene panel on this side and on the ceiling, just because it's super, super lightweight and it's just easy. And then we went with this backsplash here. This was a 10mm thick one. Now, that's quite thick, but it was hollow in the middle. So again, relatively lightweight. And plus, you're only using a small section of it. So it's made the bathroom stay super light.
So for ventilation, we've got the Max fan. This also acts as a light as well. And then you can just lift it up and then press the fan on, and that'll extract any steam or bad smells from when Jordan's in the toilet.
Yeah, that's so bad.
Our toilet, we did swap it. We did have the Trolino separating toilet or composting toilet, but we didn't quite like it, so we did swap it for the Julka Got To Go, and honestly this is absolutely amazing. Now the shower tray is from Roma World, and I honestly couldn't praise these guys enough. If you are looking for a shower tray, I would definitely recommend these, and there's going to be one going into our new van build as well. This comes with like a bamboo mat, and this is black again, and we thought the exact same as the sink. Oh, it's going to tarnish or it's going to scratch. It's been absolutely perfect.
The amount of sand that went onto that tray, I honestly thought it was just going to sandblast the living hell out of that shower tray, but it stayed well. It is actually a stainless steel shower tray, so it's solid. Now moving on to the archway. We built an archway just to kind of make it just a little bit more homely. It feels better, you know, when you got them soft edges, it just feels more homely inside.
That's my favourite feature of the van.
It is cool, isn't it? Now we've got roll door, self-cleaning shower doors that pulls all the way to there and then pulls all the way back and self-cleans. Now we've got a diesel heater outlet down here in the centre of the van. Annalise's wardrobe here, she's got a full-length mirror, so if she wants to get changed and just, you know, look all pretty and everything and that, she can do that there. And then she's got all her storage up top, so all her clothes and everything, they're just on hangers. And then she's got obviously clothes down there as well. Normally there's about 4 makeup bags in here, but she's took them out.
I wanted it to look semi-nice for you guys because obviously we live in this full time. It doesn't always look like this.
No, definitely doesn't always look like this, but we try and keep it clean as much as possible because living in a small space and having stuff everywhere is a nightmare. So down with the diesel heater, it's an auto turn 4D. Now we'd probably put the 2D in this van, or in a long wheelbase van, because I find you're having that diesel heater on the lowest setting, which is not good for diesel heaters. But this thing, honestly, is amazing. It's got a ventilation mode, which has been good for Lily. We just turned it on ventilation mode and it blows cold air, so any air from under the van will be blown inside and it keeps it nice and cool. So Lily has been sat down here in her bed with the air blowing on it and she's just been dead relaxed. I've only ever had one issue with this diesel heater, and that was actually our fault. Because we're running it on just the lowest setting, they coke up, like they pretty much choke up with carbon. And that will be for any diesel heater you have. You do not want to run it on the lowest setting. We run that for 12 months on the lowest setting before we was having a few little issues with it. But it took 2 minutes to pretty much take apart and clean it. It was amazing. But a bit of a reminder for anybody that if you are running these on low, it's worth turning it up to full setting once a week just to kind of burn off that carbon. With the lights, we chose to have them running just straight down the middle. I think it's more than enough lighting. If we were to go for more lighting, it'd just be way too much. Sometimes we turn these main lights off and just have the underlights on, or even just the bottom here. Above my head, I've got a Fiamma Forte skylight. This is great. Now, a little hack with the skylights, if you've got a max fan in your van, which we've got a max fan deluxe above the bed, we turn that on extract and open this vent and it blows cool air in. It's so nice.
So the fridge in the van is a Montpellier 12 volt. Again, this was from Jackson's Leisure, but you can get it all over online. Just make sure it's a 12 volt version. This hardly uses any power. It is a
84 litre.
84 litre overall, but the freezer capacity is 25 litres. I think the new ones might come with locks on them, but ours is like the older version. We've had this for years, and it doesn't actually have any locks to stop it from opening when we're driving, which we learnt that mistake pretty fast, having all our fridge stuff all over
pretty
the floor.
much every time we press the brake, everything out that fridge would just come flying
everywhere.
Down.
So we just put like our own little makeshift little latches on, and honestly it fits so much in there. We can do like a week's worth of shopping and not have to worry about it.
It is actually a really big fridge for a camper van. That's why we've got it underneath the bed.
And now up to the bed. Like Jordan mentioned, we have the Max fan up above, which is just so nice. We have 2 overhead storage there for Jordan's clothes. I get the big wardrobe and he gets the really small
I've been
storage.
Demoted to 2 tiny cupboards.
At the start, you did have the wardrobe, didn't you?
One pair of boxers and 2 socks.
We also have the Sirocco fan up here as well, which is slightly dusty and needs a clean. But again, absolutely brilliant for in here. We have, what are these called?
Foils, isn't it?
We have foil curtains. We did have full-on curtains at one point as well, didn't we?
Yeah,
but I didn't quite like them.
No, it was kind of spoiling the feel up in the bed, wasn't it?
But this acts as well as a little mosquito net. So when we do have the back doors open, we can pull these across and it's just a nice vibe, and people can't really see in that well as well when you've got these across. So this is a full double mattress. However, the bed is actually slightly longer than a double because of our side pods. But to be honest, we don't even notice. So our pillows sit here and Jordan has his pillow flat and his head kind of has to go in the side pod and his feet, where I fit perfectly without even going in the side pod.
Nice and chilled. She fits in fine. I have to have my head partially in one and feet partially in the other.
Yeah, and Jordan, I have this side of the bed and Jordan literally lies like this or like that. And then I have like no foot room at all. And I'm like, move your feet. As well in the bed area, we have a little charging thing. So we've got two USB-Cs, a USB-A here. And we do have the mount for the Max Airfan remote, which I dropped off the bed the other day and it literally split apart, so I've just kind of shoved it down the side of the bed.
Oh right, yeah, you didn't tell me that.
I've just not dealt with it.
Just smashed it to bits.
That's where that is currently. We also, for our lights, we have them on a remote, so you can do that, you can dim them, but we keep one remote by the bed area and one down at the front. What I did do, which I'd done on the previous build as well, and I think I'd always do it in a van now because it just makes like a really nice vibe, is putting the rope all the way around the van. You can kind of hide a lot of your dodgy cuts, especially when you're doing like a cladded ceiling, and I think it just gives like a really nice finishing touch to the van.
All the timber we used on the van is super lightweight, so it's Garnica efficiency plywood, and we got it from James Lathoms. Now moving on to the floor, which I think is absolutely amazing. I mean, look at that. The grain in it is just unreal. Now we got that from a local flooring shop. It is lino floor, so like vinyl. It's 100% waterproof, which is ideal for the van. Now moving on to the water system, guys, it's underneath the bed, so it's really hard to show you. We did have an Autotherm combi boil water heater that we had in this van. We've took it out because we're going to use it in another build, but we've put the bobble water heater back in this van. It's only a 12-volt water heater, but it does the job. It doesn't need to be anything fancy. We're just going to be putting that in a different rig, which makes more sense. We've got a Leo water pump and water accumulator, and we got all the plumbing and the pipe work from Adventure Van Life.
So we mentioned the cameras outside of the van, but we do also have some inside. We've got the Real Link cameras. We've got this one, and we do also have one in the front, but we take that on and off because if we're jumping over into the front, we bang our head on it. So we only put that on when we actually need it.
Oh my God, it's getting dark out here already. But moving on to the back, we've got a fire blanket here on the door. We have got an electrical system on the inside, so we want to kind of keep ourselves safe. This is what the back looks like. I built these doors for privacy in the garage area. I think having a fixed bed and having a garage just makes things so much better, especially when you're traveling. You can have paddleboards, kayaks, like anything in the back, fishing gear, the lot, even tools, which I normally have in the back. This is the amount of stuff we've got in the back at the moment.
It is
still
full.
Quite a few stuff. Moving on to our outdoor shower. So we have a new flow shower, which is a pump shower. You just pump it up.
Bloody geese.
Bloody nut. Where are they? Where are they? Pump that up by hand, lock it down, and away we go. Like I can show you, it sprays water everywhere, and we use that so much abroad. So up on the roof we've got 3 panels, and I think it's 585 watts of solar up on the roof. We've got that paired to a Renogy 60 amp MPPT charge controller, and that just regulates all the charge coming in from the solar, which has kept our battery fully charged. Going on to the battery, we've got a 628 amp hour lithium fog star battery, and it is honestly a game changer. That thing will power a small village. We just never use the power that's in it. It's just been so good in the van, knowing that the battery capacity that we've got, we can stay off grid for weeks and weeks and weeks. Now in the winter, the solar ain't that good, so we rely on driving, and that is with our Sterling B2B charger. We've got a 40 amp B2B charger, which keeps our battery topped up as we're driving to the shops or here, there and anywhere. And to be fair, we don't use a massive amount of power. I think the only things that really use power in the winter time is our diesel heater and our water tank, just to keep the water warm, because it's obviously a 12-volt water heater. Now, if you want to see that more in depth, you'll be able to see it on the build series that we did on the van. Now, we get internet through a MaxView Roam 5G. Now, a lot of you are probably thinking, oh, have you not got Starlink? We don't need Starlink. Honestly, the amount of people that said, get Starlink. We've seen Starlink before in Scotland from a friend that had it on his van, and it wasn't doing that great. That thing runs less power and has more data, so we don't need to worry about it. Everywhere we've been so far, we've had 100% signal.
So we pair this with an EE SIM card.
Yeah.
So even if we don't have signal on our phones, we always have Wi-Fi, which is really good.
So to finish the bed area off, we had some fabric left from when we had our cushions done. So we thought we'd get a piece of timber, we'd cover it in the fabric and then screw it up on the back, and it gives it so much more of a nice feel, especially if you sat dangling your feet over. you've not got like kind of wood digging in your leg.
So in the 2007 Sprinter, it is quite basic. So we don't have aircon, we don't have cruise control, but we have managed fine just without it. The only thing we've kind of upgraded in here is putting the Apple CarPlay screen in. This was off Amazon and it was a bit of a gamble getting it because it had no reviews. It might have one bad review on it now, but it's worked perfect for us. There's literally, we've got Netflix on it. I don't think you meant to, but
It's pretty much got everything. You can watch films while you sat there. You know, you can even search Google and everything.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's got Google, so you can actually Google search it.
But it was just great because we used to have the little stick-on things for Jordan's phone for Google Maps, and it used to always fall off and whatever. So now it's just nice to have our maps up there, and it's nice and simple. And then we do have our Viofo A329 dash cam, and it's got the camera inside as well. We have a dry powder fire extinguisher. We have had a few people say get the fire sticks instead, which we probably will look at in the future, but that's just what we've got for now. I mean, anything's better than nothing. And another thing that we did add was another Sirocco fan, which we can just clip down, and then this goes directly onto Lily. And then we've kind of unintentionally started a bit of a sticker wall.
We've just been sticking all the stickers that we got from places and stuck them on there,
which kind of acts really well. And then we've got our dry robe seat covers, which again, fine.
Waterproof, so they're handy. But a lot of people have said, you know, in the summer, apparently these make your back sweat.
We've been fine.
Yeah,
all
we've
over
been told
Spain.
we've had no problems, but I guess it could make your back sweat if it's waterproof. It's that kind of fabric, isn't it?
Yeah. So that is it for the van tour. We really hope that you enjoyed it. Leave down in the comments if you would change anything for you personally, what you liked best about it. And big things are coming to the channel. But as you know, if you've been watching on Instagram and stuff, we've had a few little hiccups.
Yeah, just a few little hiccups. We'll be explaining all that next week so you guys can find out what's actually been going on. It's been, honestly, the worst 7 months we've had. Not as in like travel or van stuff. It's been absolutely amazing on that front.
Just behind the scenes.
But just behind the scenes to just push the channel to the next level has not been simple. It's been super hard on it.
Yeah.
But if you are thinking about grabbing yourself a van this summer or a car or a motorbike or anything, please check out Car Vertical. Honestly, you do not want to be getting stung. Make sure to use that discount code. And we will see you guys next week. This looks fucking sexy, this does.
Hands are trembling right now, right now. Deep blue water sea, afraid of jumping in right now, right now.